Universities are committed to offering you, our talented staff, the very best pensions possible. That's why we've invested heavily in USS, with a 50% rise in employer contribution rates over the last decade. But despite this, rising life expectancy and low interest rates have made pension schemes more expensive to run, and the financial outlook has been made worse by COVID-19. The USS trustee has recently set out very high prices to retain current benefits, which are unaffordable. The scale of the deficit means that reform is needed, but we want to work collaboratively with USS and UCU to consider a revised approach and assumptions that bring the headline cost down. Employers and scheme members need a different approach with a stronger and clearer justification from the USS trustee for the pricing decisions. Without this, we will be concerned that the scheme is facing an unnecessary level of change. We want to continue to reward and recognise the great work of you and all our staff through USS. USS is a one-size-fits-all scheme, with every member paying the same rate, at the moment 9.6% of their salary. This is looking increasingly out of step with modern workplace pensions, especially as the cost of the scheme has gone up to keep benefits the same. The scheme has become unaffordable for many staff, particularly those in early stages of their career. The reality is that change is needed. Employers cannot afford to increase their level of contributions any further, and most members will not want to pay more themselves. We would like to create a scheme which works for all of you. In the coming months, USS, UUK, and UCU must collectively explore every possible avenue to tackle the deficit and consider ways of making the scheme more appealing and inclusive in the long run. We know that talking about pension changes is unsettling, especially after a year when everybody's been dealing with the impact of coronavirus. But these problems cannot be ignored. Doing nothing is simply not an option, as USS can impose much higher unaffordable contributions if no agreement is reached on the scheme changes. We want to reassure you that your pensions built up to date are secure and will not change, and that by working together, we can tackle the scheme's challenges to create valuable, affordable, and sustainable pensions for all staff for the long run. Over the coming weeks, we want to hear from the whole university community on various options for change, and we will welcome views from everyone with an interest in higher education.